Well, UK Prime Minister Liz Truss has spoken to King Charles III after the death of Queen Elizabeth II. Since 1952, there have been 7 popes, 14 U.S. presidents, and 15 British prime ministers. But there has only been one British monarch. Queen Elizabeth II reigned for more than 70 years, longer than any British monarch in history.
Let's talk more about this moment. James Laidler is a BBC journalist and our expert on all things royal. He joins us now. James, good to see you again. I'm sorry it's under these circumstances. I think we were all a little bit shocked today, despite the fact that we've been talking about her health problems for some time, and she's 96 years old. How are you feeling today?
Right. On the face of it, this is an older woman who has lived a long, happy life, and old people pass away. We've been talking about, preparing about this, particularly as a journalist, for decades. I've started at the BBC when I was 21 years old, and every month there would be some form of rehearsal for this eventuality. But still, when I got the news today, I was very upset. It really caught me by surprise. And I've had some time to reflect on that since, and I think I put it down to the fact that our lives are in so much transition all of the time. The UK, for example, right now, brand new prime minister, economic crisis over there, war in Ukraine. But there are very few things in our lives, and in fact, the only one I can reach to is Queen Elizabeth, or rather was Queen Elizabeth, who has been there forever. I met her for the first time when I was 13 years old and was looking back at a picture of that a little bit earlier, thinking that that was a lifetime ago already, and how many lifetimes she has really led.
You know, James, I was reading something not too long ago, and I have it up on my computer right now. I found it to be really astounding. The last state funeral in the UK was held for wartime Prime Minister Sir Winston Churchill. That was in 1965. Let's talk about what the funeral arrangements will mean this time around, and also those title changes that are going to happen.
Right, there's going to be a lot of movement. These plans have been organised for a very long time, but actually because she died while in Scotland, that means some particular nuance. So in fact, tomorrow there'll be a lot of pomp and pageantry in and around Edinburgh, because those arrangements are very particular to Scotland, where she was also Queen. Now, there will be lying in state, a vigil, members of the royal family around her coffin in Edinburgh. There will be an opportunity as well for members of the public to visit. We're expecting a 41-gun salute as well tomorrow, and King Charles III, as he will from tomorrow be officially known, will give a televised address. So that will be the first time that we will hear from him speaking about his new role in his new capacity. He will be beginning a tour of the United Kingdom of the 4 different nations, and we're expecting the official funeral, as well as many opportunities to see the coffin, for members of the public to visit her, sign books of condolence, a parade through London. The actual funeral will be a week on Monday, but expect every single day between now and then for there to be some form of ceremony, something of the likes of which we have never seen before, to be televised. They're expecting London, in fact, on Monday for the day of that funeral, a week on Monday, so just over 10 days from now, to be declared almost full, asking people not to visit, as millions of people are likely to go and visit and turn out for that event.
Even today, before her death was announced, we saw crowds starting to gather there at Buckingham Palace. Obviously, there's some detractors, people not fans of the monarchy, but overall, what do you think she meant to the UK?
Right, we can't ignore that the Queen came to the throne when the British Empire was still in force, and she presided over a nation which has been responsible for atrocities and colonization across the world, and many of those repercussions remain today. Today, though, for me, I'm reflecting on this is a woman who has been a mother to a nation. She is being grieved by the family around her. But how she represents for the British society, this sense of providing a comfort as the world around them changes. We like ritual. She does the same thing. Even for the Queen, going to Balmoral at this time of year was something she did every single year. Her herself has spoken in the past about how she regrets that tradition has been dropped out of the lives of many people in the UK. And in fact, she presided over a country that went from, Downton Abbey, right? The life of the aristocracy, where the elite few would be running the country and would be in control, to a country where it's much more democratic, where it is money and celebrity rather than class which dictates your mobility.
So many changes. James,
us,
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but we really appreciate you being here and sharing your thoughts. We'll be talking with you as this process moves forward over the next 10 or so days. James Laidler, journalist, thank you for being here.